Welcome back, everyone. 3 brackets down, 1 to go. Several fan bases still waiting to see where and if their teams make it into the field of 68, so let's get to it. Here's the final region of the tournament brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champions as we reveal the West region. The 4th overall #1 seed is Gonzaga, the Bulldogs, a #1 seed for the 3rd time in their history, for the 2nd time in the last 3 years.
Interesting that on the overall seed line, it looks like North Carolina is ahead of Gonzaga, sliding down to the 4, even though Carolina lost in the semis of the ACC tournament. That surprises me a little bit.
The Bulldogs, who are there every single year and a tough out in the tournament at all times. All right, let's talk first and second round action in Salt Lake City in the West. These are Thursday and Saturday games. Gonzaga, the top seed, they will meet the winner of the first 4 game in Dayton on Tuesday between the Knights of Fairleigh Dickinson out of the Northeast. The Knights come back to the NCAA tournament by beating St. Francis in the NEC tournament finals. They will meet in Dayton the Panthers of Prairie View A&M out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Panthers going to their first NCAA tournament since 1998 after winning the SWAC tournament title.
That's a high-scoring, explosive group. Doesn't have a lot of size, but they've got a lot of firepower.
All right, the #8 seed in the West, the Orange of Syracuse, 6th team out of the ACC. Coach Jim Boeheim, 34 NCAA tournament appearances. They will meet the 9th seed Baylor Bears, and the 5th team out of the Big 12. Baylor, 19-13 on the year. First and second round games in Hartford, Connecticut on Thursday and Saturday. Our 3rd Big East team is the Golden Eagles of Marquette. Big East regular season title, finished 1 game behind the Wildcats, and the Golden Eagles, as a #5 seed in the West, are ready to go. Who do they meet? Well, they'll have a little bit of a task. The 2nd team out of the Ohio Valley, the Racers of Murray State, share the regular season Ohio Valley Conference title with Belmont and then beat them in the tournament finals. So Murray State at 27-4.
So we get John Moran against Marcus Howard, which is great. But the important thing here to know is, again, bubble teams go into the 11 or the 12 seed, which means we're still waiting on those last two teams in on the first 4. They'll be on the 11 seed when we slide this bracket.
All right, #4 seed in the West, the 7th team out of the ACC, the Seminoles of Florida State. After a 1-4 start in conference play, boy, they just reeled off all kinds of victories.
I think that Gonzaga comes out of this region, but if there's a dark horse for me, it's the Florida State Seminoles. Deep, athletic. The only question is, can they make enough shots when they need to? But that's a team that you got to keep an eye on. Very dangerous.
Who are they playing? They're playing the Catamounts of Vermont out of the America East, and the #13 seed in the West region. 2 NCAA tournament appearances in the last 3 seasons for Vermont, comes in at 27-6 on the year. Now, first and second round games in Tulsa on Friday and Sunday. From the Mid-American, Buffalo's Bulls, the #6 seed. They won the Mid-American regular season and tournament championships.
The highest seed for a team from the MAC since the field expanded. No team had been seeded higher than 8 before. Awesome work and well done by the blue-collar Bulls from Buffalo.
All right, first 4 game in Dayton, Ohio, Wednesday. Who will they meet? It'll be a matchup between the Sun Devils of Arizona State,
Seth.
#11 seed, and the 3rd Pac-12 team into the tournament.
Chris Mullen and Bobby Hurley, it was a long wait to get to this point in the show, but you are in the tournament. Those are the last 2 at-large teams in the tournament.
Chris Mullen took St. John's to 4 NCAA tournaments as a player, gets into their first tournament since 2015. The #3 seed in the West, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech, and the 6th team out of the Big 12. First regular season title since 1996 when they played in the Southwest Conference. So Texas Tech on their way.
One of my favorite players in the country, Jarrett Culver, leads the Red Raiders.
And #14 seed in the West out of the Horizon League, Northern Kentucky. The North beat top-seeded Wright State to win the Horizon League Tournament Championship. Now, first and second round games in Des Moines, Iowa on Thursday and Saturday. The #7 seed, the Wolfpack of Nevada, won the Mountain West regular season title. They're the 2nd team out of the Mountain West, and they will take on the Florida Gators, the 10 seed in the West. Our 7th SEC team, the Gators, knock off top seed LSU in the SEC quarterfinals. And at the bottom of the list, the number 2 seed, the Michigan Wolverines, came up just short in the Big Ten championship game tonight. They're the 8th team out of the Big Ten Conference. They opened the season on a 17-game winning streak. They ended it strong as well, and they will face the Grizzlies of Montana. Out of the Big Sky, Montana won the Big Sky regular season and tournament championship and come into this tournament with a record of 26-8. So there is your field, and let's go back to the top and take a look and see who Gonzaga has to contend with down the road.
Well, Florida State is in that region, as you can see, and again, the Seminoles dangerous. This Vermont team has been outstanding for several years, and good to see them back in the tournament.
Yeah, interesting couple of the power conference teams who did not get in TCU, Texas, and NC State. So the committee did value some of these mid-major candidates. I think this is a pretty good path for Gonzaga. They lost to Florida State in last year's tournament, but that was the one where Killian Tilly got hurt. And then as far as the bottom half of this bracket, I think Buffalo is the team to watch. I just think Texas Tech is playing so well right now. Clark scoring the ball. I actually like Texas Tech to beat Michigan in the Sweet 16, go to the Elite 8, lose to Gonzaga.
Okay, I hear you. You've got it mapped out. That's what a bracketologist does.
All right, guys.